Alone. People around me don't often use that word when we talk because to them it almost feels like they're admitting that they are out of place. I've always found people's reactions unnatural when you tell them you're going to do something alone. It's the type of reaction that makes you feel like something is wrong. People almost can't help but view you with pity when you say you're going on a self-date. On some occasions, people excessively praise you for doing so. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but it just goes to show that being alone is not very normalized, although the majority of one's life is in solitude. It is ironic to me how much time we need to spend with ourselves, but physically being alone feels so out of place. It constantly feels like you're not living up to that certain moment that you feel like you should. I think majority of my childhood, I have always been alone. I often dealt with my emotions alone and self-soothed by isolation. It became a defense mechanism to just always be alone. I also feel the most safe when I am in fact alone because I am in control of the entire situation. At least I think I did. I do enjoy spending time by myself when I have no one. That may sound confusing to most, but I tend to become very hyper-independent right when I fall out with very close friends. I just realized that I have absolutely no one to lean on, hence a part of me activates and just decides to do everything alone, and I thoroughly enjoy it. But it's almost like I believe the enjoyment of being alone is the maximum happiness I will ever feel because I will always be in charge of how happy I am when I am alone. When I then start getting close to people, I then want to do everything with them. Hence, I wouldn't take myself on self-dates. Because why should I spend time by myself when I can just do it with others? Maybe I just decide to preserve my energy for those close to me instead. My energy gets drained pretty quick, even when I am by myself. I think a part of me strives for human connection. I want to make friends and create long-lasting memories. I want to meet more people and learn about them and cherish their beings, and hopefully they will do the same for me. But I came to realize how much emphasis, almost obsessively, I place on the time and length of the friendship. And I get why I always wanted to get a long-lasting friend, or why I just always think ahead into the future with the friend I literally just met a week ago. I tend to get attached to people way too quick, which I don't like. It's almost like I don't want to lose them. The truth is that I want security. I want the stability in a friendship, that I will always have someone who I can turn to. I want to imagine a future where there is that one friend I can talk to and reminisce about the memories we had in past years. I want that someone who can make time for me and go to places with me. Simply, I want someone to always be there for me, which I believe is really problematic for me. I realized whenever I get close to someone, how scared I get at being alone. Hence, I wouldn't like doing things alone. I would still need my alone time and be by myself, but I wouldn't do any outside activities by myself. I realized I was on two very extremes. Ticket for one, please. I was either too independent or way too dependent. I don't like admitting I am dependent on someone because that makes me very vulnerable. And my biggest fear is having someone know how vulnerable they make me, because I am scared they will take advantage of it and harm me in the worst way possible. Hence, I try to be independent when I feel like I am dependent on someone. That gets beyond exhausting. I only recently came to realize I neglected and failed to recognize a lot of things for my wants for the sake of security. A lot of the things I want in security are the bare minimum. Anyone can make time for me, go to places with me, be physically with me. It's the character and compatibility that differs. I realize how dull a relationship can become when all I value is security. I put in time and imagine the potential of the friendship, all for the friendship to last, when in reality, I fail to recognize to live in the present. I fail to enjoy the present moment. The friendship was clearly incompatible from the very beginning. A part of me knew that, but I continued on with it because of how much I wanted that long-lasting friendship. Because I fear being alone. That is why I strive for long-lasting friendships. That is why I become attached very quickly. That is why I try to immediately make follow-up plans very fast. I feel like I'm constantly running out of time. I feel like everyone is making these meaningful connections and there is just me, unable to sustain any of that and knowing exactly what I lack but I don't know how to fill it. I hate that about me. However, I don't fear being physically alone. What I fear is getting too comfortable being alone. Being too comfortable just being by myself that I don't try to connect with people anymore. I'm very afraid I will be entirely closed off from others. I'm scared of not being able to meet those who are meant for me. Compatibility in friendships, to me, is very important. I want friends who will live in the moment with me, and I can feel my best when I am with them. Friends who aren't scared of being alone. Friends who have the same sense of humor as me. Friends who can tell me that I mean a lot to them and not lie about it. Until then, I think I should again start learning how to be alone again, but not hyper independent. I want to leave room for new people to come into my life, but not get attached too fast. Instead, slowly learn about them and not push anything. I want to slowly accept myself and be very comfortable with myself. I've always enjoyed being by myself, but I was never comfortable with the idea of being by myself forever. I know forever is very extreme. But what is wrong with being alone forever? I want to be okay with being alone and being enough for myself. I realize I tend to become dependent on people very fast, and then I lose independence, all due to my own fault. But I came to realize how when I am enjoying doing something, there's always a part of me that wishes someone else was with me to enjoy this. I want to be able to just think how happy I am in that special moment and not having to wish someone else is with me. I need to tell myself that I am whole and my entire being is enough. Meeting new people will be nice, but I should not become dependent on them, that I put my alone time as the second option. I want to start documenting more videos of me doing activities alone. I think documenting this and doing this can make everything feel more normalized to me. Even now, I am still scared of being alone since it's been a while since I've been this alone. But I want to start being okay with it. I don't want to become dependent on another being again and forget about myself. I think my fear of being alone will go down as time passes. Although I am scared of being alone, I am even more scared of forgetting about myself. I don't want to lose myself in what I want. I recently made the choice to start being alone. It was because I realized I lost myself in some relationships. It is myself to blame. I became too caught up with people that I literally did not know who I was. My mentality was literally, as long as they are here, everything is okay. My entire being and mentality was solely dependent on them. Those who I am dependent on never know I am dependent on them. I have too many things I need to fix within myself. Therapy is working extremely slowly for me, but hopefully it is helping me bit by bit. I really want to change. I believe I will have a lot more self-discoveries as I learn to be by myself again, but I hope to document them down and hopefully be able to look back at them and see how much I've progressed. In a way, I feel like I'm back to square one, which is basically how I was at the beginning of 2022. But this time I am aware of what I am aiming for, and that itself is a big difference. I love you guys and thank you for watching this video. I will see you all next week.